Hey guys, Shane, Garage of Constant Sorrow. We are gonna change the steering wheel on the Nomega. I already got started, as you can see. Let me show you what we got here. So I took the horn button off. Well, disconnected the battery. Took the horn button off, and the reason we're doing this is because it's very gummy on this, tacky and sticky and nasty on the surface. So basically there's two screws from the back side, one here, one here. Oops, sorry about the finger. We're about to take the bolt off. Actually, once I get this off, I gotta test fit the adapter that I bought. This one right here. I just got a cheap steering wheel and an adapter off of Amazon. So I need to check and make sure that's gonna fit. Hopefully it does. And we'll get you set up in the tripod and you can watch from afar. All right. What was this? 7/8 socket. Pop this loose. Go. We got our trusty, oh, I left it over there, hang on. Steering wheel remover. Alright. There's two holes. Probably, I think any steering wheel really. Here, let me show you. Take you out of here. All right, two holes, that one and that one. They're threaded that the bolts will go into, and then there's a center bolt that goes through the middle and pushes on the shaft while the two outer bolts pull on the steering wheel. 3D. Let me put you back, hang on. See, so let's see what side we have here. We have a winner right off the bat. Look at that. Now we're gonna leave this one in. Oh, this one doesn't have the slots. I have another one that's got open slots. You can just slide this on. But of course, this one is not like that. So put in this one. Oh, and I'm leaving the nut on the shaft so we don't damage it. The threads, I mean, whenever we push on the shaft in the middle. Let's see, I think that's probably the same one. Get them where they bottom out. Finger tight's fine. We got the center shaft. Got this thing. I forget where this goes. Is that going? Yeah. Yada. Right in the middle. Yeah, and you gotta try and get it in the middle, but like this one's doing, it wants to wander. Some of these have like a bearing. I thought this was it, but some of them have a bearing that go on the end of this center shaft. Let me see if my other kit has one. I'll show you. Hang on, I'll be back. All right, so basically what we have here So this piece goes on here, and usually they sit like that. This one allows the bolt to sit proud of it, which is weird. Because what you're trying to do is avoid the tip of this from touching, because what it wants to like wander around the center of the bolt and not stay centered. So I'm gonna just take a couple washers here. Do like that, and then now it sits less than flush. So all this surface is gonna contact. This will still be able to turn and not mess up anything. Let's try that. Alright, so the trick is we gotta get the bolt threaded in first and then put these on inside here. Yeah, that can hold that. Keep threading, keep threading. Keep on threading, keep on threading, threading, threading. Alright, I think that's gonna work. Alright, we're just gonna crank down on it. Whoop, won't be too loose. Okay. I think it broke loose already. That was quick. Yep. Alright, so just take these off. Don't drop your washers and stuff. Come on. Slide off. Get off of it. Thank you. Alright, now. Yeah, we'll put the washers in there too. Do the double twist. There's one. There's the other one. And we're done with that. Now just remove the nut the rest of the way. No washer to speak of. Horn wire right there. Get rid of that. Alright, moment of truth. Let's see, feed this through. Ooh, I think it's gonna work. Yeah, look at that. I really would rather have a washer on here. Let me go find one. Okay, had to run down to Ace Hardware. Luckily, it's only a couple blocks down the road, so we got our washer. I had one that would fit on there. It was a little big, and it fit loosely, but it would have worked. But it was real wide, so it overlapped the holes to remove this, which you don't want to do. You gotta be careful you don't cover up those holes. And it was touching this piece of plastic coming through, so I didn't want any interaction with the horn. Oh, you know what? This horn button, I need to figure this out too. So this horn button does not ground through the shaft like the other one does, because it's got two connectors on it. So this wire would go to one, and you'd have to put in another wire. Let me figure that out. I'll be back. Oh, and the reason I got that washer was because you don't want the let's see if I can get this off of here now. There we go. You don't want the corners of the nut to dig into the adapter. This one I think is made of aluminum, so that was even more of a concern than the original. So the original steering wheel didn't have one, and it's got this little shoulder on it that the nut can ride on. All right, so there's no concern about it digging into the metal on the steering wheel. However, this one, there's a concern, so that's why we did that. All right, I got it figured out. So, in typical Amazon fashion, the adapter did not come with any instructions. So I looked in this little baggie that came with it, and it's got some bolts to connect the steering wheel, which the steering wheel came with anyway, so I don't need those, and a couple wires, and this teeny tiny little screw. Voila. So I'm like, well, what is that for? So I got to looking, using my powers of deductive reasoning, and there is a little teeny tiny screw hole in the middle of this. So we're going to take this wire, which has a teeny tiny little end there, and bolt it to the adapter. Which, let's see, what did I do with the screwdriver? I had one here when I started. What did I do with it? Alright, hang on, we'll find a screwdriver. Found it. Alright, so we're going to take this and go deep in the belly of the monster here. Whoop, hang on. Screwed it up already. Alright, hold that. Nope, missed it. God, dog. Alright, let's kind of, come on. Can't get my fingers in there. Ooh, almost. There we go. That cross thread, you mother puss bucket. Tight. Alright, good to go. Actually, let's see, if this goes that way, this one's gonna go here, this one's gonna go there. Alright, so we want to actually, oh, no, that's not tight either. I bet I did cross thread it. Damn it. Don't tell anybody. It's our little secret. Okay, now, so this basically, let's see, this is going to go this way, so it's going to connect to this connector. Good Lord, look what they did. Hang on, let me see if you can see this. Right, so this connector here is butted up against this little nub that sticks out, so it would prevent, right there, yeah, it would prevent a connector from going on there. So we'll have to maybe move that around, slide it, oh, there we go, move it, okay, there we go, that's better. Actually, hang on, sit tight. Also, I don't want these sticking up quite so far, so I'm going to bend them down just a tick. All right. I'm going to get to that. Right, because I don't want them touching the inside and eventually shorting something out or grounding to power. Oh, you know what? That may's supposed to go in between. I gotcha. Maybe. Nope. Alright, we're gonna leave it there. Just kidding. Come on. Just a little. Alright, I think that's good. Alright, our wire is secure. Okay, which means, let's see, that one, I'm gonna wrap around and go there. This one actually needs to wrap the other, no. Yeah, that way. No, I don't think it'll actually matter. Here, let's just plug it in right now. Reconnect the horn. Reconnect the battery. And we'll test the horn, see if it works. Stand by. Alright, ready? Voila! I'm a genius! Moving on. Let's tighten this down. Now I realize I'm using an impact wrench, but we're not going to go crazy with it. That's it. That's all we're going to do, right there. Here is said steering wheel. We have, let's see, how's this go together? This goes on top. I guess just anyway. What the? Yes, it doesn't sit in anything, so okay. Take our horn button. Let's see. Horn button goes like so. Cap goes on there. Okay. Got screws. This should be fine. Sorry, alarm went off. Time to get up. Okay, now back to work. So apparently all this is held in place just by these screws. It is, what was it, three M&M. Yep. Okay. Put that right there. We're gonna put that right there. Oh wait, we gotta put that on there. Hang on. Sheesh. Shane, come on. Yeah, did not make this easy. Tell you what. Which one did I put this on? Wait, that's the pound. See, that's gonna hit. I don't like that. This the horn contacts are possibly gonna touch the steering shaft, which is not cool. I don't understand how they. I'm gonna have to either tape them. Let's hang on. Let's just put it on. Test fit it first. Don't move. All right, test fit. Okay, very carefully. Try not to cross thread these. Just put 3 of them in. Is that it? Or is it? I may not have got the right hole. Nope, I don't think I got the right hole. Sit tight. Alright, oh, dang it. Sorry. Well, it doesn't look like that horn button's gonna work. I mounted the steering wheel, tried to put this on, and it sticks. I mean, it hits before it comes even close to being flush. So I'm gonna have to figure something out for that. We will put the rest of it together. Alright. And this little trim ring is kind of cheap plastic, so I'm trying not to tighten down too much, but I don't want it to be loose because I don't want the dang steering wheel to flop around. I know it won't fall off, but I don't want it to loosen up either, so I'm going to tighten them down as much as I feel is okay. That one feels a little weird. Yeah, very cheap Amazon stuff here. I think I got the steering wheel and the adapter as a kit from Amazon for, I don't know, 60 bucks or so. But that's a pretty good deal considering just the steering wheel from, Grant or Sparco or whoever is at least 100 bucks. Now, granted, they're nice. They're extremely expensive. Alright, just tight enough. Not go crazy. So what I'm going to have to do is take the power wire for the horn and wrap it so it doesn't come in contact with anything, and just not have a horn, or I'll just leave it out like this if I need the horn. Toot toot. I mean, I could hang this thing. Well, no, I can't. Oh, you know what? I wonder if that'll go on this side of this. It will not. Right, because it's a smaller hole. Okay. Alright, we're gonna leave it like that. Yeah, this thing was in the back seat whenever I got the car. Like somebody had started unwrapping it. And quickly gave up. It only got a couple stitches in it, which would be okay, but I don't feel like stitching up a steering wheel cover. So if anybody needs a steering wheel, there you go. Actually, that's going in the shed along with the old steering wheel, because I don't throw things away. Even as disgusting as it is, you should feel this, man. It's so nasty. Alright, oh, the other concern was the steering wheel. The original steering wheel was a little bigger than this one, and so when you get in and out of the car, your leg would hit it every time. Now this one's a little more clearance, but it should be much better. So that's as far as we're going to take it, and it's like a really cheap plastic covering. I don't know, but like I said, it's cheap. Well, there we have it. Steering wheel. Partial anyway. Cool. Hey, thanks for watching. I guess that's it. Talk at you later. Bonus footage. I had a revelation, a vision, a picture in my head. Now, I didn't invent time travel or anything, but this is what I was thinking. Look. So that center, this electrode or connector or whatever you want to call it, I'm trying to move it out of the way from touching the shaft in the middle, but if we let it touch the shaft just by itself, it becomes the ground directly to the shaft. I don't know what I was thinking. This one, however, probably still needs to bend down some, because I definitely don't want that one touching anything. Now let's see if we connect that to, well, come on, get on there. God dog it. It'd be difficult. Alright, right there. And I might have to move it outward a little bit, because I'm afraid it still might touch. Let's see, we can fold that over. Alright, that can go inward a little bit. So if that's centered right there, that is really close. We don't. Yeah, so I might have to wrap that positive wire, wrap the end of this with some cloth tape. Hang on, I'll be back. Or what Eric O calls Tessa tape, but I think that's just the name brand. It's a cloth electrical tape instead of the plastic stuff. That plastic stuff's nasty and the glue gets everywhere. So we're just gonna wrap this little sucker. Like so. And go down that way a little bit. There we go. No danger of contact. And it goes here, so I really need this to wrap all the way around. But I don't think it's long enough. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna fold it over right there. Connect it. Oh, you know what? Hang on. Let's do test fit. Stick that in there. It wiggles around. I don't know why they made this thing like they did. Because that button has too much play in it right there. See that? You see it? It's too much. But it is what it is. So, alright, we gotta hold this in place while we put this on. Wiggle. And a little bit. Okay, now. Well, that dog it. May have bent that out too far. I think it did. Hold on. Stand by. I'm gonna bend this in a little. Maybe. Man, this should not be this difficult. Alright, so we're gonna hold that with this. And hold that. Where's the hole? On the hole. There's that hole. Okay. Let's get a couple threads in. Get the opposite side. There we go. Hoping this thing doesn't flex. Putting it on here. Yeah, I don't like that. Alright, let's keep going. Keep going. See what happens when we cinch them down. Do a little cross pattern on the tightening. That way keep the pressure even. And hope we don't crack this outer ring. I know this is boring. I gotta concentrate. I can't entertain you people full time. Alright, a little loose, but that's okay. Alright, tighten. Oh, see, it's already tight. Why is that so tight? Now the button doesn't work. Okay, something's wrong. God, come on. Alright, I'll be back. Well, unlike Doc Brown, my idea didn't work. For some reason, this horn button is just too thick this way. So if I put the ring around and start cranking down on it, it binds up this whole thing, and the button didn't work. So it didn't move. So I don't know. The only thing I can think of doing is maybe using some washers as a spacer, either in between the wheel and the adapter, or the wheel and the outer ring on top, to put less pressure here. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Thanks for watching. Talk at you later.